welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. INEC gives assurances to NYSC leadership on the safety of core members selected for the 2015 elections. Civil society groups condemn disparaging remarks during campaigns, call on politicians to restrict themselves to issues-based campaigns. It's 17 more days to the 2015 elections. The gladiators are intensifying campaigns across the country. And Jordan offers an Iraqi prisoner in exchange for one of its pilots held hostage by ISIS. Please remember that all our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channels, where you can watch our videos. You can also log on to m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device and download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. We also encourage you to interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS, and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos you'd like to share with us, please log on to tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. More twists continue to emerge in controversy over the credentials of the APC presidential candidates, General Muhammadu Buhari. The Jonathan Campaign Organization is asking more questions as the ruling PDP believes the umpire, INEC, must speak up in the matter. Our political correspondent, Sheun Okimbaloye, reports.
It's not the best of time for the presidential candidate of the APC as the pressure over his credentials mount.
There are no copies of the certificates in my personal file.
As General Buhari focuses to douse attention, the candidate makes public documents revealing the result he claimed to have gotten in 1961. Even with that, the authenticity of the document has been put to question by the PDP.
Are forged, manipulated, and fraudulently procured.
The Cambridge Examination Body, acting on an effect of the Freedom of Information Act, makes public on its website information relating to the credentials of General Buhari. That appears not to be enough, as the People's Democratic Party seeks several answers on the matter.
Were these mysterious documents received within or after the time frame specified by the electoral guidelines? C. Could this be the source of Buhari's renewed arrogance, that anybody that is not satisfied should go to court? D. Has INEC published these documents as required by law?
All under our constitution.
The APC do not believe the integrity of its candidate is in question at all.
In 2003, he went to run on the platform of MPP. Ditto in 2007. And in 2011, he went to run as a candidate of the CPC. All under our constitution.
For the PDP, the whole issue as a consequence, and President Jonathan Campaign Organization give its verdict on the issue.
The electoral body must come clean on this matter, otherwise we will be compelled to pass a vote of no confidence in it. If INEC is complicit in the desperate and despicable attempt to extricate General Buhari without compliance with the provisions of the law from this lingering embarrassment, we will have no other choice than to harbor the suspicion and fear that the electoral body is already compromised and can lend itself to the ungodly agenda of truncating our victory when our candidate wins.
More twists, more turns as the days go by, but in the end, the court and perhaps the umpire may have the final say. Sheun Okimbaloye, Channels Television News.
From now on, officers and men of the police command in Lagos and Ogun State must strictly abide by their duties and guidelines. This is coming from the new Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 2, Mr. Joseph Mbu, after taking over today in Lagos. He's warned civilians to be law-abiding and advises them to stop acts capable of causing disorder.
I came to do police work. I came to fight crime. I came to supervise the commissioners of police under my zone to make sure everywhere is peaceful. We must be organized. If you are a civilian, obey the law. If you don't obey the law, whatever your status will bring you down and will take you to court. If you are law-abiding, no problems. And then the misuse of my policeman, I will say no. If you're not entitled to a policeman, if you have, I will draw. And if you insult my policeman, I will not take it lightly with you, I will prosecute you. You have to obey the law because the policeman on the street, the constable on the street represents us, the symbol of Nigeria. And represents me, represents the inspiration of police and the president of Nigeria.
It does appear to be a clear battlefront in Anambra State, southeast Nigeria, where supporters of the All Progressives Grand Alliance and the People's Democratic Party are at loggerheads over the pulling down of campaign posters in the state. The controversial campaign law, which was recently passed by the Anambra State House of Assembly, is also one of the issues in contention by both parties.
Torn and defaced campaign posters litter the streets of Anambra State. No one is owing up to the attack on the bills, but the ABGA and the PDP accuse each other of being behind the action.
While we are busy going from one ward to another, going from one kindred to another, from one village to another, canvassing, presenting our manifestos and our candidates to the people. These agents of opposition parties are busy destroying campaign materials.
ABGA and the PDP are quoting figures of campaign materials destroyed, running into millions of naira, while the PDP also frowns at the controversial campaign law passed by the Anambra State Assembly on campaign conduct, which prohibits political campaign by any candidate not registered by the Independent National Electoral Commission.
The constitution of Nigeria, of the country, is not a criminal enactment, is not a criminal ground norm. Is a ground norm which provides the basis for other subsidiary legislations to be made. The state has the power to make laws to criminalize certain actions, activities. If anybody has any grounds against the law made by the House of Assembly, the courts are there for them to challenge it. Up to now, nobody has mounted any legal challenge against that law.
With elections set in a couple of weeks from now, political watchers say the issue of campaign conduct needs to be straightened if a credible poll is to be achieved in Anambra State.
We're still on the campaign trail. Governor Tanko Almakura of Nasarawa State has asked Nigerians to reject any attempts to postpone the February general elections, as being said in some quarters. The governor's remarks came during his campaign tour of Udege and Loko, both riverine communities bordering Benue State.
Supporters of the All Progressive Congress in Udege and local development areas tripping out to receive Governor Tanko Almakura and his team. Governor Almakura, however, would not start campaigning until he presents the staff of office to the emirs of Loko and Udege, who are now first-class traditional rulers.
A lot of emirs and chiefs have been kept waiting for many years for the receipt of this staff of office. And I feel there couldn't be a better time to recognize them than now, especially with the cooperation and collaboration all the traditional rulers are giving government in bringing about peace and reconciliation.
It's time for him to speak to the crowd, and Governor Almakura concerns a speech on the muted postponement of election. He vehemently rejects such proposal.
Anybody who has any illusion that this election will be postponed or will be scuttled will be on his own, because the people at an appropriate time will tell them that we are not prepared for anything that will jeopardize the process of democratization and the level at which the people of this country have keyed into this democratic culture.
The campaign train continues from here to Maraba in Karu local government area of Nasarawa State.
When the News at 10 returns, the experience of residents of two communities in Ife North local government area in Osun State engage in communal clash. Please join us again.